Radiant team banned. Team secrets turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team back. Team secrets turn to pick.
Well, hello, welcome back. It doesn't take long before we get ready for Game 2 action. It is Secret going up against OG, the rematch of the Frankfurt final, and very different tempo than what we saw in the previous series where we're treated to eHome versus EG. That was a slugfest and a brawl. This one, a bit more methodical, but game number 1, it was the backbone pick of AM, and that's Reddit right there. But the milestone to all of Dota, of course. Here is now Secret vs. OG, the start of the draft for Game 2. And a lot of people are thinking this quickly turned into who can get Earth Spirit first. This time, though, OG will end out, seeing that Secret do have first pick.
Yep. No Earth Spirit, or no more Earth Spirit. OG, though, do get the option to go into Invoker, which for most parts like a top pick for them, so...
Yep.
Don't see any crazy reason why they wouldn't probably pick it, but we'll see.
Bat? Maybe? I don't know.
Oh yeah, Batrite is actually also on the pool. That's.
But then you do risk Secret picking up some like Oracle still. And it's still worthy to know, and this might be just like common for everyone out there, but OG, one of those teams that you guys got to keep getting that wisp again, man. They will pull it out.
Also, there's been there seems to be kind of divided as to which teams prefer Radiant, which prefer Dire. This is the second game in a row we see OG on that Radiant side. But Secret preferring Dire, OG preferring Radiant. I know EG also prefer Radiant. So yeah, there's been... It was funny because it was the EG versus OG game where there was some confusion in their best of 2 as to who got choice in Game 2, because EG chose in Game 1, and then Game 2, because Game 1 they got asked again, and PPD's like what? I chose in Game 1, they Game 2, and they're like
the Summits rules or
yeah,
something?
but like in a best of 2 that doesn't make sense because you both get one game. In a best of 3, it's like, well, it's fine to let the loser choose because there's still a Game 3. But
a Western team putting early priority into a Faceless Void? My goodness.
It's good, great against Invoker, which is...
Well, yeah, great against Invoker, you get your Faceless Void Witch Doctor combo. Can't fault them on the grab. And time, we were saying it in the last draft, time dilation against Invoker. Yep. Very, very good. Great pick there for Secret.
And Witch Doctor has some capabilities against Invoker too. Just having Cask against Forged Spirits, you get that extra stun duration. Makes dealing with them a little bit easier. If you're ever by yourself and like Invoker split pushing and you TP Witch Doctor, you're just instantly dead to Forged Spirits. So you can. So it's not like a counter by any means, but it's something at least handy that Witch Doctor has going for him.
Yeah, it is pressure though that they make sure you have to actually get the Invoker, because let's say Faceless Void Witch Doctor commit on everyone else, Invoker from the outside of a Chrono can be very, very scary. Very easily used against them. Well, it's now out for the second phase. Secret get rid of the Terror Blade, and then follow up with the Moon Shaker, and OG will ban out the Zeus, which always seems to be just the go-to ban after Faceless Void has been picked, regardless of Eastern or Western team. So they take it out. Well, let's see.
5 seconds remaining.
And so OG, like the Earth Spirit, the Tusk, some of those big crit heroes are both banned out. Curious to see where he goes, or if he plays something like the Venge and they just go for like a Venge, Dazzle, or Undying, another big fly hero. But Lynch definitely fly as far as playing that 5-position defensive support that can just save a teammate when they're in a bit of a pinch.
That's interesting. What is Crit going to be playing here? Not Wisp, not Tusk, not Earth Spirit. Those used to be that would be his new holy trinity, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Jakiro? That's a
Oh yeah, the crit Jakiro. It'd be pretty good against the Faceless Void. Just slam Macropyre right across it. They're not gonna want to fight inside the thing. And he's a typical Yule's candidate, so I don't know.
Ban OD. Wonder if they're planning on picking up the Bat Rider, like having. Because if they were going to go for the Nyx, I think they don't care about banning OD there. Which to me makes me think they're more likely to pick Bat than Nyx as their Moon offlane hero.
That does mean, though, if they commit for a Bat that Secret could get. No, they've already committed the Void here. Unless they do something fun with the Void. I wouldn't put it past Secret.
And
this is a team that will run. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this team that ran Earth Spirit mid, like, they'll take a hero that seems to work in the meta and they will play it to their kind of a game. So, yeah. I casually say, oh, it could still get like a Misery Nyx, and they could put Faceless Void in a farming position.
Also, I think most interestingly is, I think game 1, Lone Druid was banned OG. This time it was not banned or picked. And Secret had been like picking Lone Druid for Misery and doing this like Lone Druid Spectre with like an Earth Spirit time and time again. They did that like 3 or 4 games in a row. It did feel like at some point, like they were picking it in games where they'd like when they were versing, I think it was Mineski, and it's like they've already won, they know they're going to beat this team, and it felt like a bit of a red herring where they were showing it again, even though it wasn't what they felt was the strongest strategy, just because they didn't want to reveal more of their actual like strats. So it was kind of like the saving strats, but while winning while saving strats, so even better.
Doesn't feel like an LD game for either team. Like Faceless Void's Chrono makes it so sticky. You don't want to pick up against a Witch Doctor.
It's not a Moon hero either, at least not that we've seen. This is a crit hero, I want to say.
Oh yeah.
This, I mean, I guess that's the one hero that hasn't gotten talked about.
They could still get Moon the Darkseer now too.
Yes, absolutely. Darkseer's been very successful, I feel, as a whole this tournament. For some teams more than others. Like LGD RTK's had huge success on their hero.
But we're back at Secret now, and casual open Witch Doctor to Faceless Void. They want to go real dirty. I don't know if Puppy plans on playing the Witch Doctor. Pi used to play a lot of Skywrath Mage. If you want to really get a Vish, this Crow combo plus the Silence, pretty good against Invoker. Not good with the Spirit Breaker though. And they'll step up to grab the Death Prophet. Another Death Prophet versus Invoker match towards the mid.
So mostly, Misery Void, and they need the Envy carry now. Ember Spirit maybe if they want to go for like their comfort picks. And OG's lineup isn't great at catching or shutting down Ember, unless they want to go for the Orchid Invoker, which doesn't seem to be like in vogue at the moment. Seems more like the Exort Forward Spirit. Miracle's been going all about like the split push. Had that one insane game where he was just constantly solo split push, impossible to catch up, get him off. But
I wonder if they would consider playing like Silencer thing on the side of OG too for like.
That'd be cool. I wouldn't mind Silencer,
so good against
Breakers, charge in.
Some Witch Doctors, or I don't know. It's fly after all. Ah, the Rubik.
So it will be Moon on Spirit Breaker, and
okay.
It was funny because when they were playing online tournaments, Moon would joke that he'd just tell his team to pick a Spirit Breaker because he was playing from the US on King, and like when he was playing at Qualify, so he's just like, pick me Spirit Breaker, and like it's like it was like the hero to play with high ping because you just charge in
and then right click,
and that as soon as your charge hits, like you can preemptively cast your ultimate like based on your delay. Like there's not much like reactionary play you have to make on the hero. So it's the Moon hero of choice when he was lagging. He played it like 10 games in a row apparently.
So what's the significance though of the Rubik here? We look at potential stealing options. Yeah, you can take Time Walk, which is pretty nice. Chronosphere is not too shabby of a snag. Not the easiest to get Death Ward with the Voodoo Restoration, of course, and Death Prophet can make it tricky to get the Exorcism. Why the Rubik, you know? A lot of people are starting to consider Rubik, you know, he's a great flashy support, and in the right game, you know, he could be so finicky that you have to get the right positioning in these fights to get the most potential out of him.
I'm wondering if they're considering kind of putting together more of a 5-man push into the draft, because that's where like the null field can help negate some of that deep push coming out from Cryptstorm. Like you have the Forward Spirits, you have the Vengora, and go for more of like a 5-man push, which could justify the Rubik pick, but there's not a whole lot of amazing steals
10
that you can
seconds
rely
remaining.
on. Death Ward you should theoretically never be able to steal with Voodoo Restoration. Chronosphere is like an okay steal. It doesn't actually stop the Void from moving, and it's not entirely reliable. Exorcism's great if you can catch it. So I actually don't think there was a... This did not strike me as a particularly good Rubik game. So I don't really have a... I don't have a good answer for you, Dota.
Yeah, I'm also a bit...
It doesn't-
Even the Bounty Hunter, I'm kind of like, really? Because it's Bounty Hunter into a Spear Breaker.
Yeah.
An Invoker who, you never know, could end in a
Turn to
Necrobook
pick.
Invoker, and Bounty Hunter can't really do much from the outside of a Chrono from, I guess you could have a lot of tracks and Shuriken, but hey, another game, another Drow Ranger.
So
The
that-
dual lanes, dual aura combo strat here coming out.
Yep. And to go back to the Rubik, now it makes sense because it will be
Push.
that kind of push that 5-man. You get through some null field in there. In the null field, you maybe only have a point or two in, if any, but it's a
10
the
seconds
Rubik can get some
remaining.
nice benefit from the right-click damage. It's another range support, and it's a
5
good
seconds
support to
remaining.
protect the Drow Ranger and set up kills with the lift. So the Rubik makes a lot more sense when you see this Drow Ranger pick.
Reserve time.
35 minutes. 35 minutes. The goal, the magic number here for OG.
And the nice thing is, like, they can lose a fight, and then Exorcism don't click, and then they just push. And like without Exorcism, Secret are very reliant on these long cooldown ultimates, perhaps fight, and that's something that you can look to capitalize on.
Well, we posed the question earlier today, what kind of Western teams are really pulling out the Morphling? This is the second time we see it now coming up for
Man,
Envy.
we're
One of
in
the last
like a-
range cores available to help with the Chrono, I guess. It's a small range, but yeah.
Kind of bizarre, like new era of Dota. Like traditionally, it's always been the Chinese teams who are slow to adapt, slow to pick up new heroes. Even more so when a new patch comes out, it was always the innovators or like the European teams, and it's been the Chinese teams who brought Morphling in, brought Terror in. They've been, for the most part, in some ways, the trendsetters. Wait, another big hero that it was teams like LGD and eHome who
10
brought into the
seconds
game.
remaining.
So
And just so many heroes just gone on the wayside, and to be honest, like
5
continue to
seconds
question like
remaining.
why. Like I already brought up the Wind Ranger, but what are like the Brood Mother and that heroes you might be able to creep into a draft to just end the draft
there's no
right there and
CIS
there.
team, no CIS team in MDL.
Yeah.
So
But you know, like
You
you, get
need
that
your-
right draft where they have like no
Prepare for
Darkseer,
battle.
no way to deal with the Firelings, no way to deal with the push, like, and it could be a dagger. But here we go, folks. It's game number 2 of this matchup. OG versus Secret. OG already have the game 1 tree here. They just need a win to secure their spot into the semifinals, where they're going to be set up to face LGD. Loser of the series will be knocked down into the lower bracket, where they will face either newbie or complexity.
I think the important thing to know with this OG draft, very much kind of like a pocket strategy. It's a bit cheesy with the put. I mean, to me, Drow Ranger is like the epitome of cheesy strat, because the nature of the draft Drow Ranger is you've got to win fast. This hero is by no means a late game carry. I don't even think you can like classify Drow Ranger in a carry in some ways,
30
because
seconds
how
to
bad
battle.
the hero is in the late game. And
Oh,
they're going to be looking to abuse like the Drow aura with the Forward Spirits, with Venge, bonus damage. It's insane physical damage that they get because it's applied by the Venge Howl as well. Looking to just take the game to Secret, who've gone fairly greedy with their draft.
So Pi used some early movement to get a ward down towards the top river,
Managed to not get caught by that sentry too, which
The
Yeah.
is
battle begins.
and they will step away from the top. Let OG pick up one, and this will secure the bottom rune for Secret. We will get it. He'll be late to the lane though, and no one's blocking the mid lane for him, so this could be a good start for the OG mid lane.
yeah. Miracle does go for the Fairy Eyes in the Invoker versus Death Prophet matchup. I just find it so. I mean, I'm not a player. I don't know how to explain this. Where I wish,
I
like,
thought, yeah, when we first got this is for Invoker, right?
yeah,
like-
I wish if someone like I could talk to like Blitz or someone and be like, dude, so you played a lot. Like, what's the deal? Like, why is Weed not getting Fairy Fire on Invoker versus Death Prophet? Like, but here Miracle does just seduce. I mean, it's a very small difference, but
Watch him live because of a fairy fire.
yeah.
in this game.
I think it's like a greedier thing. Like the safe options to get Fairy Fire for the heal, but if you can not get Fairy Fire, you just save yourself 150 gold, which quote unquote might go to waste.
And here's Pi taking it back a chapter. He's back on his bounty hunter, doing bounty hunter things. Got the mid ward down,
It was a bit of a ward. Yeah, it almost
ward
got dewarded, but
but he
not
got
quite.
the tango in real fast.
Yep.
And now Crit is stuck on defensive duty
Mhm.
towards the mid lane here.
They know it's there though, at least, which is something they can play around, but being forced to buy more sentries is never going to be fun.
In the meantime, he'll take his business towards bottom lane, which, thankfully she has Drow by her side, because otherwise, she has the Vengeful Spirit rather by her side, because Drow on her own, not very good being able to get away, not the biggest escape mechanism, usually not one to early commit for these, so we'll see, but alright. Trying to force Misery back, not the easiest task against this new Faceless Void, but I don't know how many times we've seen Misery play the new Void. And it seems like he's been kind of dealt to some of his usual tricksters.
He's a really fun player to watch because he's so open and like his team just puts him on a new hero all the time. Free fire, there we go.
Well,
Saves
that answers your
his
question.
life. All right.
Can they get the board tonight? Oh my, okay.
That's why you get very fast.
Lesson maybe learned on Weehaw. Well, and look at that, they got to do sentry for Pi with a snap. He's looking to go in, he wants to get a hold of Miracle, but he's not getting it. Quickly, a 2-0 sprint for OG at the start of this one, all breaking down up mid lane. Miracle is not the kind of player, especially when it's Invoker, that you want to give an early advantage to.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And
Off the races.
Not just like with the mid lane, like you give him these early advantage to get some more points in the
Top lane, they are going to be able to take down the Spirit Breaker. Morphling chases onto him, and he's not going to be able to charge out safety.
Yeah. You've always got to worry about those Sunstrikes going to side lanes as well. You got set from Magic Missile as well as the Telekinesis, so pretty scary for the secret bottom lane more than this top lane. It's just a Spirit Breaker up top, but if Puppy's trying to trade hits with Spirit Breaker, gets bashed, and suddenly a Sunstrike comes in, it could be a kill for OG that way as well.
And on the return, Moon is charging towards bottom lane, but I mean, it's just, they're expecting Moon to probably be charging from somewhere. He's just killed, so what is he? Yeah, stopped in the pit. Waiting there for now. Maybe look for an opportunity to go for the mid lane instead between Rubik and the Spear Breaker. They might be able to get a takedown on this Lady Death Prophet. Lead in with some early softening. They're gonna get the calls. Wow! Lift to the bottom, not done for crit, man. And now this soul siphon, is it gonna be enough? No, it's not. And we'll go once more. Man, that soul siphon does work, and
oh, the south cancelled by creeps. But Miracle behind.
Pi creeping in there, but he doesn't want to overcommit because there's a sentry there. He learned his lesson last time.
Yeah, well away. That went close though. Spirit Breaker was on cooldown from Roche Pit. He couldn't charge like, immediately. He got there. He didn't actually get there, even help with the kill, but I mean, Death Prophet almost found a way.
All set up from crit, man. He is forced to park in this mid lane, and he's already finding much more than you would suspect, like the Bounty Hunter would. And Moon has been kind of bullied out of his lane. He's now even looking to be a playmaker in the early phase here. Maybe, just bank the fact that they're getting plenty of farm on the Drow in the bottom lane, and now Invoker involved with all 3 kills, because they've happened all in the mid lane. That he doesn't really need to worry about it now. He comes. Suddenly, wild charge. 3 straight takedowns onto Weehaw. Three takedowns. Oh man. Hard life in the mid lane here. This Death Prophet is being put into a hurt locker right now. Oh.
And that's Secret just don't have that like support who can really get there, protect him, like be it something like a Dazzle, an Undertaker, whatever it may be. The Bounty Hunter is meant to be like the aggressive support who creates opportunities through. Like he's not the defensive one who can save him. He's the aggressive one who can set up kills for, which so far isn't happening. And Draw Range is one of those very vulnerable in lane, so Bounty spent a bit of time in the bottom well, which isn't really working. Secret just don't have the early game kill potential with a hero like Void and Bounty together.
Oh, Bounty's doing nothing at the start then. Yeah. Something is wrong.
And Void's just been jungling with his Iron Talon. I saw him earlier just on the mini-map. He's been at this camp for a lot of this early game. And the early game for Secret, like, they're getting like a slight farm advantage, it seems. Oh, okay, well, experience advantage. They're more split around the map, but the net worth overall led by OG.
So as Misery finds his bit of recovery, we see, Moon has returned back to his lane a bit. Bottom here, Pilot happy to soak up some XP with this camp, which Veg has been stacking for herself. She's had her own bit of solo XP. And Crit continues to flit around this Invoker mid lane, man. They are just getting everything he could ask for. And Secret are just trying to find a farm for themselves. Misery now dancing around just really deep into their jungle.
Really feeling like he may need to get something done soon. But until he's got level 6 and has Chronosphere in play, it's not really much he can do.
The big thing going for Secret is, yeah, I mean, Envy is farming great the top lane on his Morphling here, but OG have the lineup that is turn it up and go.
And they just got level 6 on Dro, which is actually pretty big timing with the huge boost in damage you get on your Precision Aura. That's a lot of DPS to your overall draft and lineup.
What's the build up here? 3 into the Aura.
Yeah.
He does 1 into the Cold Arrow. And okay, Magic Missile is gonna hit high, but able to get the Shadow Walk off.
Zoning so they can secure this tower, I guess. Good sitting back, but I think bounding. Ooh, bounding! You dare go?
Dire's bottom tower.
Pops out. He can't do it with the Shadow Walk on cooldown. He's just guaranteed kill. Or he can. He may just trade his life for a possible deny.
So we saw this from eHome when they had their match against EG earlier against the Morphling, and that was the first. And then they went right to each lane, going, you know, if it was the same case here, OG would go top down that tier 1, then mid tier 1. And they see, like minutes later, they were inside the base here. So, Meatball, Deafening Blast, and Fade Bolt.
That damage output just from the air spells with the right clicks of Invoker. 177 right click damage.
Fairy Fire, dude.
Yeah, you're right. Without that Fairy Fire, he'd be at 177 instead of 179. That's made all the difference.
Thank you, Drow. Very helpful on that one. As if it wasn't mighty enough, then okay, they got the pie, but they changed. Of course, looking to go for Misery, gets time walk off, but it's not gonna be enough to save him.
Again, thank you, Drow.
Man, they all just hit so hard. Okay, here's now. Not having that
no
mid lane.
exorcism though.
Taken down 4 times. Trying to get a kill here. Moon says nothing's gonna come easy for you. I also will make it out. While mid lane, look at this. They're suddenly already knocking down that tier 2 tower.
Morph's just not fight ready. He's like, I can kind of farm top and split push, but
It's like, guys, I have to put our Lincolns here. What do you want me to do? I can't do anything about this.
oh, don't have double boards. They
That's
just like
another tower. They took from the mid tier 1. They got the tier 2. They're just running
great
hell
lift.
back. They're keeping backing away. Coconut hit on the crit. Oh wow, a convenient no tail here. I don't think they're going to get the catch on anything. They forced all the mid lane. And OG
are they
or
going back in.
Booth says let's go, but I think they're like, no, we got what we needed here. We got the tower. Get back. Then we go top lane next.
Well, OG, like, look, Miracle's bedtime. It's approaching. We're gonna end this one fast. It's already like 10:30. We gotta go quick. And 9 minutes in, taking a tier 2 tower mid. I wonder if like Invoker's just gonna like say, let's go neck with 3 or something. Like this is the kind of game where if you want to go for that super fast all-in push, which your draft is about, it's not a bad option. But there's so the Yules is good even in a push strat just because you catch hero, you burst him down, and so your push gets a whole lot easier because you've taken the Faceless Void and there's no Chronosphere to worry about, for example. You've taken Death Prophet out, there's no Crypto Omnis coming out though. Plenty of options for G as far as like itemization and forming Invoker. Oh, it looks like going for like the early Treadzakla, go for like an SMY here. This is not like a game like the game we saw earlier on needed BK because you don't need BK and these heroes right now. You just go for pure stats and push, and it's going to be a Drums Invoker with a Buckler. So Crimson Guard or Mech coming out from Invoker, and that doesn't say we're all on the push.
Yeah, that is like.
Is it what's the recipe for on the? Can we check that recipe?
In the stash. Thank you, sir.
Headdress. So we'll be Mech, not the Crimson Guard.
Joker. I mean, who else really is going to be getting
sure.
it, you know? So yeah, you're right. That's pedal to the metal push right now.
It's like that's Plata build right there.
Oh, good night. Leads to a swap save inside the Chrono here, coming out from Fly, and that's going to be the kill of Misery. A 1-1 trade, one that is for the better of OG, and now No Tail says let's consider moving in.
Was a track kill.
Oh, nice. He stole. Okay, replicate on the Drow. So now that is a Aura Bennett for Secret. It's a good grab for Envy.
Yep.
A really, you know, good replicate throughout the whole game. It scales very nicely. Hell, you can even throw that replicate to a different lane and it will split push on its own. You know, that's if the game continues that much longer and Secret are going to be able to hold their own.
And we saw the way EG dealt with this was by just getting tons of kills. And Secret's draft, if they can get tons of kills, will be able to deal with this strategy because they get track much from it. But I don't think they have the same tools that EG had with
They can get a big fight with track kills. That could be the big point. But yeah, it's Envy. Morphling is in. big trouble and is going to be melting apart right now, and they're looking to go for a lead. They both just instantly fall like a house of cards right there. The rest of Secret scrambling to make a way to safety. OG are thirsty for it. They know they get a couple of kills, they can get it.
Well,
crit even just
that evens up the track gold. It's like, okay, you guys think you can get back with track gold, win it further ahead with our own track gold.
They could always double back and, you know, is the Roche up? They get the Roche, but they're just like, we got this advantage. Morphing's out, and so is the Death Prophet. We can do work fast. Cancel TP.
eHome got a 13-minute Rex. We're gonna do 12. We're gonna up eHome. You know,
just,
like
yeah, wow.
eHome are the only ones who can run the pro quick dress.
It's good counter morph play. I mean, even though eHome were not successful with, I guess you could just see the potential.
Yes.
Swap back. Fly's able to get a hold of Misery. Misery just gets all that look back as Moon wants to commit in. OG not happy with this fight so far. Moon very low. Get the drums, and they're looking to retreat. Misery's looking to make chase, but oh man, those Force Spirits, they hit hard. He's like, I don't want that. They gotta get away. Oh, they're gonna be very happy.
And they disengage without losing anyone to the track, and
it cost an Exorcism.
Was committed, yeah.
The win that was popped, but...
And Secret need to be careful like how they use their ultimates, because ideally for them, they want to have their ultis together. They're far enough behind, they need to have Chrono with Exorcism. So now, yeah, if OG go for a push, yeah, there's Chronos here, but you've got no Exorcism. You need really, like, all the pieces of the puzzle for Secrets and Defense. And yeah, we mentioned Roche, easy taking for OG. They've got plenty of damage.
I wonder if they saw the Exorcism use. I'm sure if they did. They're like, we don't have to worry about that.
And like the net worth of these OG heroes, Tower Gold, again, is just going to be looking pretty good right now.
Why don't we go ahead and check out that now? I'd like to see where MV is compared to the others on that net worth, but you see them tickling at that Roche, and well, it's there. Yep. Whew. That's aura power coming out right now. They didn't have the Venge Spirit on eHome, did they? That's probably that's what they were missing. That extra aura, extra power.
That 1+.
Both ladies.
What's Invoker? I think of Vlad's or some coming now as well. They're really going all out for the push. Like this is like they're showing like Secret. This is how you do like the all-in or push strats. Like you guys only half did it. Well, I mean, Secret didn't even really get a chance to push last game into the anti-mage and punish it. But this is why I think we're getting more and more teams start to do with all these morphlings, anti-mages, blades, like these kind of hard late game carries get picked up, going for these more early game push oriented strats.
Draw typically like that CIS specialty. We didn't get CIS teams going against the China team.
It's a mech Vlad's Invoker. How often do you see that? Drums, mech Vlad's. We are all in, boys. It's 35 minutes. OG saying we 25 minutes. Let's set the time for an earlier.
I wonder who's make that kind of a call. If Miracle's telling Fly like, hey, I'm gonna go this, or Fly's like, don't get any normal Invoker stuff. You get this, and we can get this win that much faster.
I imagine something on between them, either during the drafting phase or like as the game develops. Like Miracle either asks him like, "Do I get what do you suggest?" If I suggest something, if Miracle we have some say. Like if he doesn't agree, he's probably not going to buy it. Like it's generally like what if the captain's like adamant, like you have to get it, then yeah. But
all right, yeah, classic Soul Ring pick up from Envy. The game's looking a bit tough.
Whoa. So slightly unexpected. Guarantees, I guess, you have the mana to like replicate.
No, Secret have got to expect that OG are going to be looking for a final blow here. They're coming in to scrap together what you can of a defense and try to make a hold. Get a big team fight. If you get the tracks out and you can get the job done, you might be rewarded with a window to kind of, you know, make the first steps toward a bit of a comeback here. But if OG walk away with this with an easy set of racks, then you might have to just kind of turn over at that point. Now, they need a big go on Miracle here, but he still has all that utility. Looks like he's reserving a bit of it for the second. It will be popping out the mech right there, and he just starts going to here on Envy. Envy is going to be forced to step back. They get the pull on the wall. Weehawk goes down. Hard game for him. Commitment on in. They're still not able to bring down Miracle's first life. Death Ward coming out from Puppy here. He gets a good position, but actually will be cut out and taken down. 3 already go down from the side of Secret.
So the Aegis too. The Urn's going to heal the Miracle back up, so they're going to have to dish through all that HP. Again, no tail surviving at the back. He's kind of the main target, knowing he didn't have Aegis, which was overall a pretty good idea for Secret. They don't overcommit on the Invoker who's got Aegis. Go for the squishier draw, the Aegis-less draw, but OG's side man just too powerful, and 60 minutes in, full of racks, looking for a second.
All right, this is it for Secret. You want to stay alive and move on in the upper bracket. You're going to have to make a defense here. Let's see what they can do about it. They're still trying to take down the first five. They get the time dilation off, so that could lead to the Aegis fall. It looks like it will. But Moon steps in. He goes right for mid. It's going to be taken down, and now the Pulse Siphons begin to come out from Wee. Putting himself into the fray right here, trying what he can down, but he just goes down so fast. Now they look to get a hold of Pilot, swap him back into trouble. Puppy goes down, and that will be game. OG get it done in about 16 minutes. Really show what Stro lineup can do. Eho gotta, they kind of set the bar, but then OG jumped right over it.
That was something. I mean, we've had some very quick games here at MDL. We've had some very it's been like just extremities here. We've had really short 15 to 20-minute games. A lot of those coming from OG. Some of their wins have been incredibly fast. They had like a 50-minute win over Luby earlier in the term in the group stage, and here, like OG continued his business. They get